velocity of transverse wave in a stretched string. So to find the velocity of transverse wave propagating through a string, let us consider a string of linear density m, which is held to a rigid support at one end and the free end is held taut so that there is a tension T on the string. So let us consider a string maintained under a tension T. The linear density of the string is m. M is the linear density. Linear density means the mass per unit length, which can be calculated by the ratio of the total mass of the string to the total length. The free end is held taut so that a tension T is maintained, and on giving a snap, a wave pulse travels through the string with velocity v. To find the velocity of the wave propagating through the string, let us consider a very small section AB of the string with an infinitesimally small length dx. So let dx be the length of the infinitesimally small section AB of the string. We will magnify this section and draw it like this. So this is the infinitesimally small section of length dx of the string. Now the same tension T is acting on this section. Tension is a pulling force which always acts away from the point of consideration. So at this end A, the tension T acts away from it. At this end B, the tension is acting away from it, the same tension. Tension is a force. Force is a vector, so you should specify some direction. So let us say at A, the tension makes an angle θ1 with the horizontal, and similarly at B, the tension makes an angle θ2 with the horizontal. Now we have a direction with respect to horizontal. Let us have a frame of reference with O as origin. So the Cartesian coordinate system is used in 2 dimension. So let x be the position coordinate of A, and at B it will be x plus dx. Tension being a vector can be resolved into 2 mutually perpendicular components. There is a rectangular resolution of vectors. So along the horizontal direction we have the cosine component T cos θ1, and along the vertical direction we have the sine component T sin θ1. Similarly, we will be resolving tension at B as T cos θ1 and it is a θ2, T cos θ2 and T sin θ2. Now, the particles of the medium are vibrating in a direction perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. So if you are taking this as the x direction, the particle displacement is along y direction. So we can take the force on this section AB in the vertical direction. That means y direction, along the direction in which the displacement occurs. So the force on the segment AB in the vertical direction, that is y direction, is given by the vector sum of the forces acting in the vertical direction. So we have the T sin θ1 and T sin θ2 in the opposite direction. So the vector sum yields that T sin θ1 plus negative sign T sin θ2. So we can take T as common. So the net force on the segment AB of the string along the vertical direction is given by T sin θ1 minus T sin θ2. Now theta is a very small angle considering the very small section AB. So we can say that theta being very small, sin theta tends to be theta itself. Similarly, if theta is very small, tan theta also tends to be theta. So taking sin theta and tan theta nearly equal to theta for very small angles, we can replace sin theta with tan theta. So T tan theta 1 minus tan theta 2. Tan theta is a slope which is dy by dx. Therefore, we can express this as the slope at x. Tan theta 1 is the slope at x, and tan theta 2 is the slope at x plus dx minus dy by dx at x plus dx. So the net force in the y direction is expressed as t times the slope at x minus the slope at x plus dx. We can expand this mathematically. T dy by dx at x minus the second term is mathematical expansion is dy by dx at x minus d square y by dx square into dx by 1 factorial plus d cube y by dx cube into dx square by 2 factorial minus etc. Now, from this expansion, the higher powers can be neglected. Why? Because theta is very small, so the slope tan theta is very small, so the third derivative etc. will be very small compared to these values dy by dx. So neglecting the higher orders, this becomes a minus of minus, so this will be plus. These two terms are the same, gets cancelled. So the net force in the y direction can be written as T, this gets cancelled, minus of minus, d square y by dx square, d square y by dx square times dx. Now we have an equation here. The force on the segment AB along a particular direction can also be written as mass times acceleration in that particular direction. So the net force on the segment AB in y direction can be written as mass of the segment AB multiplied by the acceleration y direction. Now acceleration is time rate of change of velocity, and velocity is the time rate of change of position. The change in position is given by the displacement in the vertical direction, so it will be replaced with a d square y by dt square in the next step. So generalizing, force on the segment AB will be mass of the segment AB multiplied by acceleration in the vertical direction, which is d square y by dt square. Now mass of the segment AB. The mass of the segment AB can be obtained by multiplying its linear density with the length. We have declared that the linear density is m. The length of the segment is dx. So linear density multiplied by length will give the mass of that segment. So m dx. M dx d square y by dt square also represents the force on the segment AB in the vertical direction. Now equation 1 and equation 2 both represent the same force, that is the force on the segment AB in the vertical direction. Hence the right hand side can be equated. So equating equation RHS of equation 1 and equation 2, we have T d square y by dx square is equal to T d square by dx square times dx is equal to m dx d square y by dt square. Now the dx term cancels. So what remains is the t d square y by dx square is equal to d square y by dt square. We can rearrange it to write it as d square y by dx square is equal to m by t d square y by dt square. Now this equation is a wave equation. If you remember, d square y by dx square is equal to 1 by v square d square y by dt square. The differential equation of wave in one dimension. Now comparing, we have m by t is equal to 1 by v square. M by t is equal to 1 by v square means v square is equal to t by m, or v is equal to root of t divided by m. This equation represents the velocity of transverse wave in a stretched string. So v is proportional to square root of tension. It is inversely proportional to square root of linear density.